Hello everybody and welcome back to Lone Oak Farm. So today what we're going to do is erect a brand new shed. At least one brand new shed. We might even put two up. We'll see how we go. It's really going to depend on how much space we have left after we've filled the first shed. If there still isn't much space, then yeah, it's going to be put into another one. We shall see, but I've got a brilliant shed which I've downloaded from ModHub. It's by Black Sheep Modding and yeah, it looks really good. So that should be really useful for putting our machinery into. Now what's going on here is we're loading up the trailer once again with manure, but I have taken a number of viewers' suggestions about the yellow conveyor belts. The suggestion was basically to position it like this, if I can get over, there we go. So what it's essentially doing is moving the manure from this end of the barn over to the conveyor belts so that we can obviously get it from here without using a wheel loader. Now it does appear to have stopped. It was working a minute ago, so it does need to be just moved forward a bit. It also needs to be lowered. Yeah, it just needs to get the angle right on it really, so it can feed it forwards correctly. If I just reverse and then do it again. Right, so yeah, it doesn't have to be putting it all the way over to the red conveyor belts, because actually the loading area does stretch quite a distance down the barn. Not quite as far as that, but yeah, you get the idea. I need to go a little bit further. I would say, in fact that might be enough. Yeah, that could work. Let's just see how that goes. Yes, that is good enough. So that's obviously picking it up from this region. It's going to move it forwards and put it into that area where the red conveyor belt can take it. After a bit more tweaking. There we go. That's better. That's perfect. It's the system that is... the cow wants to feed itself into it. The system which will work really effectively, so it's really good to see that happening. Okay, so let's move on. We need to basically go and move these vehicles out of the way first. Then we're going to get the ground modification mod and just create an area of, well, either dirt, gravel or concrete. After that we can go around with the ground modification mod again and do the finishing off, you know, the final finishing touches and make it look really neat. So we're going to have to remove the grass. It's probably not going to remove these weeds though, because they are a slightly different foliage type. But yeah, we can move all the combine harvesters and stuff. So yeah, let's just get cracking and clear the area. That's the site cleared, so all we need to do now is get the Fendt tractor, put the ground modification roller onto it and start work. Although it doesn't have to be the Fendt tractor. Don't worry about this, it's going to disappear. I accidentally accelerated with the ripper in the ground, but yeah, the ground modification roller can change anything. It can even put it back to the original texture. It is such a fantastic and useful mod. Yeah, so I don't know, should we use the Fendt? Would I have to? I might use this John Deere actually. I don't use it enough. So yeah, it just needs to be a very rough layout. The only area that needs to be changed in texture at the moment is where the shed is actually going to sit. The area around it at the moment doesn't need to be touched, because I don't know exactly where the footprint of it is, and also I don't know exactly what we're going to have around the shed anyway, so yeah, we don't need to go over the top here. And if I do an area which is too big, we're just giving ourselves too much work, more work than we have to. Do you think it's going to fit here? I hope it is going to. But my intention is to keep it as close to the track here as possible, but not so close that you can't get the big machinery around, so that is a concern. So yeah, remove grass, yes. We need to put the ground texture to... what should we choose? Probably play around with it, but I'll try concrete to begin with. Okay. Probably not. Gravel? Gravel is quite good. Paving slabs, dirt, meadow, lawn. Bright dirt. Okay, that's going to go muddy when it rains. Original ground, cultivated, ploughed, sowed. Sowed wide. Grass field. Asphalt. Yeah, it's a bit too expensive for us. Concrete. Yeah, it doesn't cost any more for the different material type, it's just I wanted to blend in with the original yard. I think maybe gravel. I think gravel might be the best. Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to put an outline here. Or we could use rock. Oh no. No, it makes it look like a cliff face. Actually, you know what? I might just go with the asphalt anyway. It does seem to be a pretty good texture. So I will do. I do change my mind quite a bit. Anyway, I would say about that much to begin with. Because we might be putting up 2 sheds, so we don't want to have an area which is too small. If I keep going around like this, then that is going to give us a really good outline. It doesn't want to be encroaching into the grass field too much, this piece to the right of us, because that is still a piece of land which we use. We still haymake that. So there you go, you can see the outline. I think before we continue, I should go into the placeable section, choose the shed of choice, which is going to be one of these. See how big it is. Yeah, it's perfectly big enough. But there is also the standard sheds, which I'd like to use. Probably just put one of these up too. Obviously that is massive. But we'll see. I might actually go for a different type of shed over the base game ones, but yeah, it's not too bad. I might put that one up there. Might put the black sheep modding one off to the side, or over here. Like I said, I want to encroach into this field here. There's no obvious division, but there is obviously a line which you can almost follow. You can't see it, imagine it, just here. So yeah, to begin with, I'm going to put this in. I'm going to put this as asphalt, and then we'll erect the first shed. Like I say, the weeds are going to be a bit of a problem, but yeah, there's nothing I can really do about that. At least we'll have the extra storage. As you can see, we've still got the original track going around there, and the concrete or the asphalt obviously goes up to it. We have the weeds in here, which is a bit of a shame, but overall I think that could look much worse, definitely. So I'm going to put this one up first and just see exactly what we think of it. It wants to be as far over there as possible, so if I just try and figure out the best position for it. Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's going to be floating a bit. Hopefully not. Yeah, I'm going to put it forwards a bit. We'll tidy up the back area, because you can actually drive through here in 2 of those bays. So that isn't bad. That's not bad at all. However, we are still lacking a building. So it's still a bit of an issue. Let me just go over here. Create a good turning space. Not super big, but at least we can drive through here. The other thing which might be quite nice is to put a fence up. We'll sort out the other building first. Just finish off here. Pretty much done. There we go. So you can see the turning area. It's much more square, so that looks better than it could have done. Now, as for the second barn, let's just go onto here again. Find the one from Black Sheep Modding and just very roughly position. I'm wondering here. I think probably here. I did say not to go too far out into here, but really that is going to be the best place. There is a door on this side actually. So we could put it that way. Like that. Yep. I think so. So I could put the red cultivator, or the red drill, as a marker. So if I do up to there, and put a track coming out of there, that should be alright. So maybe the yellow cultivator actually. Yes, because you've got to have enough space to turn. So I'll do that as well. I'll put a fairly fancy curve on, because then at least it's not going to be a perfectly square setup. It's as fancy as my curves get, I'm afraid. Yes, it was more of a 90-degree turn, wasn't it? Well, I'm sure I can do better. So if you bear with me, I can hopefully sort that out a bit. What a joke. That's my fancy turn. Right. Yeah, that's alright. Still not good though, is it? There we go. We're just left with a load of weeds, but we're ready to place the shed. I just can't decide which colour to go for. We've got like a yellowy, creamy colour. Green, red, blue, grey. I don't know. Grey, black sort of colour. I think maybe if we go for a blue, that could be quite nice. Let's see if it fits. Rotate it. If it turns out I'm putting it the wrong way around or anything, I can always move it later. Alright. That should be good. Oh. Ah. One of the joys of FS17. That won't be a problem in 19. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. It doesn't look good doing that. Oh. Bring on FS19. The ground will raise up with the placeable. But really, for FS17, what can I do? I can't really do a great deal, except for moving it up here, but then I've just gone and laid a load of concrete. I could get rid of it. I can get rid of it. I can put it back to the original texture. Move it up here. Oh. Yeah, we're going to have to. Otherwise it's going to look no good at all. So let's reverse what we've just done. Right, okay. We have produced another area just here. So I'm hoping this is going to work. If it does float a bit, then, well, it floats a bit. Nothing I can really do about it, unfortunately. It's just the way it is. So, that could be good. But I definitely want to put either a hedge in or a fence, because it's just like in the middle of the field at the moment and it just feels like it is. How does it look? Let's just open up this door. Ah, yes, it's still floating a bit. Well, it's not floating, it's just, yeah, it's not vermin proof, that's for sure. It's better than it was, I think. It could be worse. So, yeah, anyway, we have a shed, we have two sheds. I think I'm going to start to put stuff in this one over here, and then we'll see what we can do with this one over here, and then finally we'll probably put some trees in and a fence or a hedge or something, just to make it look a bit more tidy, because at the moment it looks like it's just fallen from the sky, and this shed has just appeared. Although yes, it probably is more like that anyway in this part of the world over the UK, because in the UK there does tend to be a hedge planted around everything. But whenever you see photographs of the USA, or even if you just go on a USA map like this, all the fields are really open, and the sheds, well, even these sheds, the original sheds, they don't have fences around them or hedges. So yeah, it probably is absolutely fine like this. It's probably just me trying to make it look over pretty or something, but yeah, I mean, it's just a consideration, something that could be done. That is probably not the best store for the very wide implements. Good for tractors and good for longer implements, but the wide ones are going to take up a lot of space. For the time being, I'll put the ripper just there and we'll finish off with it. If there is space for it, we'll put it in, but yeah, these ones here, you see all these very long but not particularly wide machines. Yeah, we'll put them in there. I say not particularly wide, yeah, they're massive, but yeah, compared to the ripper, they don't appear to be as wide, although it is probably quite deceptive because of the length. Very, very long vehicle, long machine. Actually, I think I do prefer having the shed up here instead of it just there, because it does seem to feel like there's more space. Let me just think about this. Yeah, I think this is going to be the best way. So reverse them in. They are too wide to go all the way through anyway. Only the tractors can actually fit through the back of these sheds. So yeah, it would be pointless driving around with these. Try and tuck that as close as... Okay, not quite that close, but yeah, as close as possible to the implement next to it. What can't you do with a pickup? There we go. Right. I'll try this again. Hopefully it's going to work this time. I obviously just reverse straight into it. That is the issue with such a wide machine though. I'm calling it wide again. Such a large machine, but it is very wide. And in fact it's so long, that is as far back as I can get it. Right, next implement, the Bednar cultivator. This one may fit through the back, because it doesn't look any wider than the tractor, and the tractor definitely fits through. Yes, this could work quite effectively, although I'm turning for some reason. Why am I turning? That's one way of trying to mess it up. Good. That was actually very easy. Then we have the large cultivator slash drill and the combine harvesters. Obviously I need to be able to drive the header trailers through, so maybe this one should go in the bay closest to us. Yeah, I'll put this in here, and we might be able to get a combine harvester in here as well, although if we don't we can put it in the other one. In fact, the blue shed could be the designated combine harvester store. And there we go. And then, yeah, the tractors obviously have their own living quarters anyway. Yeah, pickup truck. Let's move some header trailers. It's surprisingly easy to do with this. I do like the pickup. It's a very nice asset to have. Yeah, so if we go through the back, like we did with the Bednar cultivator, we can just drive through and drop it off, and then we'll put the other one next to it. It's sort of set up for 3, so I did say we might get up to 3 combine harvesters. We could have 3 headers all together in here. And there's one, and number 2. Try and get them aligned, although they are different header trailers. There we go. That's really nice. And then yeah, 2 combine harvesters. I would hope they're going to fit in here. We can put them through the side door or the front door. Yeah, they'll definitely fit in. Although chances are one is going to be blocking that door over there, but it doesn't really matter if all we're going to put in there is the 2 combines. We'll put number 1 on the left and number 2 on the right. My only concern is the length of this thing, the auger. It does sit a very long way behind the combine harvester, so we can't go very far back. In fact, it might have been much easier just to put it in forwards, drive in forwards. But we'll see. Alright, that's as far as we can really go. Switch it off, and yeah, number 2, that was definitely number 1. Here it is. This one is not as wide, I don't think, although it is still incredibly wide due to the flotations. I wouldn't have thought the flotations were as wide as double wheels, but who am I to say? I've been wrong many times before. At least putting this in here hides the great big gap at the bottom. Yeah, loads of space. It's good. Gone through the back though. There we go. The combines are in. And if we did have 3, we could put a 3rd across the front. Right, shut the door. Very nice. So yeah, we've spent some money today. As for the John Deere tractor, well, it's got its own living space over there anyway, but there is a position just there for it, so I'll put it next to the headers, and that'll keep it dry. As for the ripper, I don't think the ripper's going to fit, unfortunately. I suppose, yeah, I could put it where the John Deere with the roller is, if I really wanted to, but then again, there isn't much space and it'll probably get stuck on the drill. I don't know about you, but I think that is much tidier than when we started the episode. Let's have an aerial view. Plenty of tyre marks. Yeah, and it keeps it more interesting as well, the way we've got the other shed just over there branching off. It's not just a rectangle. And if that grass grows back, I'm not sure if it will do. Obviously we can cut in there and go around the shed and everything. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Let me know what you think. If you like it, please give this video a like. If you don't like it, please give it a dislike. Hopefully you do like it though. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And until the next one, see you again very soon. Bye for now.